I want to welcome you guys to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be working on making videos around food production, water harvesting, eating native foods, eating healthy in general, all that stuff. So my main goal with this is to give y'all real world skills. I've been watching YouTube for a long time. I always go to YouTube to research stuff, look up things, figure out things, troubleshoot stuff. And I've noticed that a lot of the growing info just doesn't work here. And a lot of it's just wrong from people that are from here. And that's just where they're at. You know, that's where they come based on their journey, their development, and they figured out things that work for them. But a lot of these guys are using like rock dust and super specialty inputs that are crazy expensive, you know. And that's not my reality, and that's probably not a lot of your guys' reality. You know, you may not have tons of cash to be throwing at your soil, throwing at your garden, and at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that we can't grow. That doesn't mean that we can't produce food for ourselves and all these things. There is a way to do this and do it where you're not going and buying stuff. You know, you're not going and buying bottles. You're not going and buying rock dust, and even down to like perlite, vermiculite. There are ways around this stuff, and I figure this stuff out because I don't have the money to go and just, you know, throw it at my plants, throw it at the soil, throw it at my yard, you know. So yeah, we make our own inputs here. I make fermented tinctures. I make my own fish hydrolysate. I make lactobacillus serum, aka EM1. We've been on this journey for a while, and I've kind of figured out some things. So the whole idea behind this channel is to cut down on your learning curve. Put this information out there so that we're all growing and we're all eating, and we're not just wasting our money and getting other people rich, you know, and these people are mining, you know. A lot of these organic inputs are being mined. They're destroying the water, they're destroying ecosystems, and that's not permaculture. Permaculture is not just about gardening. Growing food is an aspect of permaculture. It's a part of permaculture, but it's not the whole thing. At the root, we're talking about establishing a regenerative system. A system that doesn't need you. A system that is going to reproduce itself without you. And the only way to get to that is if we mimic the natural patterns and cycles of the ecosystems we inhabit. We need to study them, and we need to figure out those fulcrum points, those mechanisms that these systems use to reproduce themselves, to regenerate themselves. That's what permaculture is. We're going out, observing, and figuring out how to establish these fulcrum points within a given site so that it can thrive. Permaculture is not about doing just enough to survive. It's about thriving within a given environment, and having a minimal impact on that environment. zero waste is a big concept, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on the other YouTube channels, and especially from the folks that are in the Sonoran Desert. Just not seeing it, y'all. So I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna walk y'all through it. I'm gonna show you all this process so that y'all can do it too, and we can grow together. You know, what's the point of me knowing all this stuff, figuring out all this stuff, and just kind of holding on to it? Or what other people do is they start doing trainings, you know? They start charging you like 80, 100, even more to go to some workshop to learn how to do for self. And I don't agree with that. I myself can't afford a $80 training or whatever, you know, so whenever I do my trainings, I try to keep them affordable. I try to keep them accessible to the entire community. And that's another critique I have, is that what's the point of learning all this stuff and then just holding on to it? You know, like, we're in dire straits right now. We're in the process of killing ourselves as a species. There's no time to like hoard this knowledge. Like, the time is now, right? We gotta wake people up. We gotta turn them on to how to live in a way where we're not killing everything, you know? So this is it. We're gonna start putting this stuff up. I'm gonna start doing more vlogs and more theory-based stuff, so that if you can't afford a permaculture book or a permaculture training, you can just go to this channel, click on these videos, and learn how to do this stuff.